Hi, it's Lauren here for 42 Geek Street. I'm talking to our lovely brown coat, Chris.
I'll accept lovely brown coat.
Awesome. Now, Chris, can you tell me about the Melbourne Browncoats? What are the new Melbourne Browncoats and what do they do?
Okay, the new Melbourne Browncoats were a fan group for the TV show Firefly. We started out in Melbourne basically at the start of Firefly getting cancelled. Back in the day we were Serenity Oz, and then we transferred to being the Melbourne Browncoats, and then we became a registered non-for-profit organisation back in 2008 or 2009, and that's where we changed our name to the new Melbourne Browncoats, which is a reference to the last episode of the TV show Firefly. Ever since the movie Serenity's come out, we've run charity screenings in Melbourne for Serenity to raise money for equality now.
Wonderful. Now, what else is the Melbourne Browncoats? What do they do aside from their charity work? You sort of hit conventions and...
Aside from charity work, we do more charity work. Like we're here today at our main event, which is our screening of Serenity, but we also go to most of the pop culture events in Melbourne. We also do Adelaide events, Sydney events, and this year we're going to Brisbane. For those pop culture events, we'll sell merchandise and Firefly and Joss Whedon related stuff to raise money for our local charities. So this year it's Fair Share and Fitted for Work.
Wow, that sounds like a very big trips to be doing. Will you be joining along and going to all of the different conventions yourself?
Yep, like this year I've personally done a couple of events in Melbourne. I did Adelaide Oz Comic Con at the start of the year. In about a month I'm going to Brisbane for Oz Comic Con Brisbane. I can't do Sydney because I can't get the time off work to do both. But yeah, we do a lot of those events. I go to a lot of them, but we share it around the group, like who can go where and when, because doing it all for charity, we're all doing it out of our own cost, and some of that stuff just starts to add up.
Now, I know the new Melbourne Browncoats exist, but since travelling, have more Browncoats in different cities started popping up?
We've got a couple of groups in New South Wales. There's a group in Nowra, and there's Shoalhaven Browncoats as well. They're planning an event this year, I believe, and I believe one of the Shoalhaven guys are coming down for our event in Melbourne today. Adelaide, we always get a huge reception, but as of yet, there isn't an event in Adelaide. We're trying to help out and get them to get an event off the ground there, just to get more people involved.
So, say I wanted to get involved, or any of our lovely viewers wanted to get involved, how would they find Melbourne Browncoats?
Easiest way, jump on the internet. We've got a website, newmelbournebrowncoats.com. We've got a Facebook page, and one of my friends now is poking their tongue out and making me laugh while I'm trying to talk to a camera. Thank you. Thank you, Mick. Thank you.
All in the spirit of the Melbourne Browncoats.
Everything's fun. That's one thing we try and always do. Like, this is a pretty full-on day, but we always try and have fun with it because we all get along, we're all a pretty good group of friends, and we're doing what we think is really good and valuable work. So when you're doing that, you've got to just enjoy yourself.
It is wonderful and valuable work, and it's really lovely that so many people are coming together to really make a difference with such an iconic yet, I was going to say, almost before its time and ended before its time show.
Yep.
If I were to join the Melbourne Browncoats, however, and if any of our viewers wanted to join the Melbourne Browncoats, what would their first experience sort of be like?
Well, every month now we've started running a social event at the Mitre Tavern, so we'll all just catch up, have a drink or two, chat about what's happening, and that's probably a first good introduction. And then very much, what do they like doing? Like, we don't want to get people involved and then go, you're going to have to do this, if they really hate it. So we'll sort of play to what people like to do and look at what we've got coming up and what we need people to do and work from there.
So really playing on their skill sets and
Yeah.
what they enjoy to do. How wonderful. Now, is it also quite a family-friendly event?
Everything we try and do, we aim to try and get families involved and friends involved that have maybe never been interested in science fiction stuff, or have maybe heard of Firefly or heard of Serenity but don't really know what it is. We want to get those people involved because they're going to be the people that hopefully keep coming back, and even if they don't, they're going to be the people that are going to be interested or get interested in science fiction and get into some of that stuff that maybe they hadn't thought of looking at before. We all get along quite well, we all have fun, and you know, we're doing good work, so getting out there and doing that makes all of it worthwhile.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Back to the studio though, guys.